Hello guys, welcome back to my tutorial. Today we will going to see the third part of chapter 4 of Introduction to Emerging Technology. So in this third part, we will see devices and networks. We are going to see the devices of IoT and what the network is about in IoT. Then finally we will see IoT tools and platform. So the first part that we will see today is about the devices and the network. So the connected devices are part of the scenario in which every day talks to other related devices in an environment to automate home and industrial tasks and to communicate usable sensors, data to users, business and other interested parties. So in this IoT platform or in IoT concepts, each and every devices should have to be interconnected within each other by using a different number of platforms. So IoT devices are meant to work in the concert for the people at home, in industry, or in different number of enterprises. The IoT devices just we can use in different number of sectors. Maybe just we can use at home, in industry, or in the enterprises. As such, the devices can be categorized into three main groups. In this IoT environment, the devices can be classified into three. The first one is the consumer, enterprise, consumers, enterprise, and industrial. We have generally these three categories of the devices in the IoT environment. The first one is the consumer. Consumer connected devices include just maybe the devices that we can say that they are devices that can be classified under the consumer. In Internet of the Things can be a smart TV, smart speakers, smart toy, some smart wearable devices, and some home appliances can be categorized under these consumer devices. So the another is smart meters, commercial security system, and smart city technology such as those used to monitor traffic and weather conditions also can be categorized as both the industrial and enterprise IoT devices. So like smart meters and commercial security system and also smart city technologies that are currently practicing or developing as a project in the capital city of Ethiopia, Addis Ababa, can be classified as industrial and enterprise IoT devices. There are also many more other technologies which can be classified under this industrial and enterprise IoT devices. For example, if you consider including the smart air conditioning system, smart thermostat, smart lighting, and smart security, spam home and enterprises and industrial uses. These devices also can be classified under the industrial and enterprises IoT devices. Is it clear, guys? The IoT network typically includes the number of the devices with constrained resources. Each and every device that may be participated in the Internet of the Things can contain different number of constrained resources power, power, processing, memory, among others. And some of these devices may be massively deployed over large areas like smart city, industrial, and plants. So, in different number of the sectors, that such like IoT devices plays important roles. For example, just in smart city, to have the smart city for the sake of safe traveling and industrial practice, just we can use such like IoT devices, whereas others may be deployed in hard to reach area like pipeline hazard zone or even in the hostile environment like war zones. For the even for the environment which may be hazard, which may be very dangerous for the human being, just we can use an artificial intelligence within the help of these IoT devices. Is it clear, guys? The another one is the issue about the in IoT tools, and it is a platform. This platform plays the more important roles, or the fundament. It plays the fundamental roles in in different number of sectors, in different number of IoT devices. So, as in IoT, all the IoT devices are connected to other IoT devices and its application for the sake of information to transmit and receive information using different number of the protocols. In IoT environment, the devices can be connected with other devices and also within its application for the sake of information transmitting and for the sake of information receiving by using these different number of protocols. If there is no IoT platforms, just there is no connection between IoT devices and its application. But if we didn't use or if we can't use IoT platforms in connection among IoT devices and its application, there is a gap. There is a gap. So such like platforms are dedicated in order to fulfill the gap that exists between IoT devices and its application, guys. Am I right? There is the gap between the IoT devices and IoT application. If we have not or if we are not using IoT platforms. So the IoT platform acts as a bridge between IoT devices and its application network. So IoT platforms fills the gap. It's the fundamental objective of this IoT platform is to fill the gap that exists between different number of devices, sensors, or applications, just you can say a network. Thus, we can define IoT platform is IoT platform is, as you know, it's an integrated service. An integrated service that fulfill the gap that exists between IoT devices and application and offers you to bring the physical object to be online. It paves the way for the physically existing devices to be online by connecting different number of IoT devices within its application. Am I right? This is the graphical representation of IoT platforms, as we have said. This is the first one. The first one is application. Just it is application, or it is a network. And here we have the hardwares or IoT devices. In order to connect our IoT devices, this part completely, look guys carefully. This gap, this part, this is an IoT devices in general. Just to can it's hardware. And also here we have an application. In order to connect our application within IoT devices, here is the central point that we have IoT platform. This IoT platform is the intermediate, or it can act as a bridge in order to connect our applications with the hardware. So IoT platform is just, we can say that it is an integrated services. It provides an integrated services between the application, the network, and the hardware or IoT devices. So individually, just our hardware and our application cannot share the information from the cloud computing environment unless we connect it, our application and hardware, by using IoT platforms. Is it clear, guys? Okay, there are many vendors on the industrial IoT platform marketplace offering remarkably similar capability and method of deployment. Different number of deployment provide different number of IoT platforms within its devices by including different number of deployment methodology. These IoT platform solutions are based on the Internet of Things and the cloud technology. They can be used in the area of just we can use such like IoT platforms which can be connected with the IoT devices and its application, especially in the smart home, in the smart city, to have its smart enterprise, to its smart home automation, to have a smart healthcare system, and also for the sake of automotive and just to few more. There are many more application areas that we can use IoT devices. Okay. Okay. So, and also how can we define by another term? How can we define IoT platforms? So, IoT platform is nothing, guys. IoT platforms. When we say IoT platform, it is nothing but it's a type of the software. It's a software that makes an Internet of Things solution work by providing different number of the functions. So just we can say that IoT platform is a software that makes an Internet of the Things solution work by providing the communication, different communication among the IoT devices for the sake of data storage, for the sake of data access, in order to device coordination and control, and also for the sake of cloud and device software development. Such like IoT platforms provide such like functions for the users. For the devices, it might provide the communication among the devices for the sake of data storage, for the sake of data access, device coordination, and control. So it can provide such like a functions in our IoT devices. Is it clear, guys? Every IoT platform includes its own specific set of unique features and mechanisms. Each and every IoT devices are not the same. They have their own specific set of unique features and mechanisms of the deployment. Different platforms span different parts of this life. Some platforms include their own hardware, while others run on wide range of different hardware variants. Some platforms only run up on a specific hardware, while others run on wide range of the hardware. Means some of them didn't select any requirement, then specific requirements. So others are tied only to a single cloud providers, whereas others let the customer choose where backend software is hosted. So if you consider different number of the platforms, some of them select a single type of the cloud provider. There are different number of cloud providers that, as you know, while others let the customer in order to choose what type of the cloud provider type they use in order to host their softwares, in order to provide the integration service between the IoT devices and its application. Then there are many more IoT platforms that may you come across on the internet, but specifically the IoT platform that has been listed in this emerging technology module are listed as follows. The first one is KAA. They have their own different number of the features and functions also. For example, KAA provide the function like manage an unlimited number of the connected devices. This KAA it uses to manage a unlimited number of the connected devices. If you have a different number of interconnected devices, in IoT devices, such like a platform KAA used to manage the connection among different number of the devices. They also set up the cross-device interoperability. It paves the way, the condition paves the ways for the different number of devices in order to work together, to interoperable, means to work harmoniously, to work together. It also performs real-time device monitoring system. If suddenly a device fails out of the function, so it is immediately or suddenly alerts the system controller. Means it's a real-time device monitoring system. Monitoring, it provide real-time device monitoring system. The another one is also perform remote device provisioning and configurations. It also paves the way for the users, for the end users in order to configure their devices but remotely. And also they are able to collect and analyze sensor data. They are used to collect and analyze sensor data. The second one is about the siteware. The siteware. The second IoT devices that the IoT platform that you may come across in emerging technology. The key features it has run its any number of IoT application on a single siteware instance, and also it Spring delivers the core configuration framework, and also add devices through self registrations. Especially it helps for the devices in order to add device through self registrations. So the device that may be connected with the site where may register themselves. So it is used to integrate with third-party integration frameworks such as Mulony Point. So default database it is used for the sake of data storage is Mongo databases. It uses Mongo database in order to store the data. Includes California for core ARP messaging system, and also there are different functions it may provide for the users, and also a different number of services. The third one is about IoT platform. ThingSpeak. The third platform that we may see is about the ThingSpeak. Such like ThingSpeak may contain different networking features. The first one is it is used especially the most fundamental role or the most functions of this ThingSpeak is in order to collect the data from the private channel and also share that data for the public channels. If the data, for the data that has been exist in the private channel, it collects such like the private channel, and also it's able to share that data for the for the sake of public communication among the IoT devices. So it contains multi-lab data analytics and visualization tools, and also it helps for the sake of information alerting, for the sake of event scheduling, and also for API integration and worldwide command. The another one is about the IoT platform that maybe you may come across in emerging technology module is device hive. Such like device hives are they are used to directly integrate with Alexa in order visualization dashboard of your choice. It contains different number of dashboard for the sake of data visualizations. It provides alternative different number of dashboard. It supports big data solution like Elasticsearch and also Apache Spark, Cassandra, and also Kafka for real-time and batch data processing for the sake of batch data processing. It also used to connect any devices. It comes with Apache Spark and Spark streaming support. The another one is about the IoT platform is the Zeta. The Zeta is the final, the last IoT platforms that you may see in your emerging technology or modules. Such like Zeta uses to support wide range of hackerboard, 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 and also Zeta allows you to assemble a smartphone API, device API, and cloud APIs. This Zeta especially allows for the user to assemble a smartphone device API, and cloud API in order to assemble the communication between our cloud APIs, device API, and smartphones. Zeta plays the fundamental roles. There are also another IoT platform that you may see if you Google the internet. The first one that you may come across on the internet is Amazon Web Service IoT platforms. The second one is Microsoft Azure IoT platform, Google Cloud Platform IoT, IBM Watson, and Arctic Cloud IoT platforms. Let we see some of them. So the first one is Amazon Web Services IoT platform that you may see if you Google right time now. So such like Amazon Web Services offers a set of services that used to connect several devices and maintain the security as well. Such like Amazon Web Services, it provides the function to connect our several devices and maintain the security issue. It's used to present in order to make our system to be secure. The most important, the most challenging issue in IoT is the issue of the security. Such an issue of the security can be protected by the using such like application platforms, Amazon Web Service. These platforms is used to collect Amazon Web Service is used to collect data from the interconnected devices and perform real-time data manipulation. I'm right. Amazon Web Service. By using that like Amazon Web Service, just we can able to collect the data from the interconnected devices within its application, and also at the same time, just we can perform real-time data analysis, or we can perform that real-time data manipulation. The second one is Microsoft Azure IoT platforms. Such like Microsoft Azure IoT platforms offers strong security mechanisms. As I have said you previously, the most challenging issue if we wanted to deploy IoT devices, the issue related with security. If you wanted to make our interconnected system to be secure, just using the Microsoft Azure IoT platform is important in order to protect provide the strong security among our interconnected devices within its application. Also, not only providing the issue of the security in order to make our system to be scalable and also easy integration with the systems. It can provide such like functions for the users. And also such like Microsoft Azure uses a standard protocol that can support bidirectional communication between connected devices and the platforms. Bidirectional communication means communication from both sides, communication from platform and interconnected devices. Just it can support such like communication. It paves the way bidirectional communication between interconnected devices within its platform. And also another function that may provide for the users for the interconnected devices, such as Microsoft Azure provide information monitoring system. Information monitoring rules is use rules, engines, and device shadowing and identity registry. It is used to register the identity and what uniquely identify the systems that has been participated in IoT communication or IoT devices. such like Microsoft Azure is used to register the what uniquely identify are the devices that has been participated in IoT environment. Another one is the Google Cloud platform of IoT. It is a global cloud platform that can provide a solution for IoT devices and application. It also used to handle large amount of data using cloud IoT core by connecting various number of devices together. Specifically, it allows to apply big query analysis or to apply machine learning on such a data. The another one is IBM Watson. IBM Watson. It is enables the developers to deploy the application and building IoT solution quickly by providing these such like type of functions. The first one is used to real-time data exchange. This IBM Watson is used for the sake of real-time data sharing among the devices. It is also device management. It is used to manage the devices and for the sake of secure communication. If we want to have the secure communication in IoT for the sake of IoT deployment, just it is important to use IBM Watson platforms in order to have secure communication among the devices. The another one is data sensor and weather data services. Well, data sensor and weather data service. So IBM in generally provide real-time data exchange among the devices for the sake of device management in order to secure the communication among the IoT, and is also used to data sensor for the sake of data sensor and weather data services. Guys, this brings us to the end of our today's lesson. Thank you very much for your listening, and we will return back by another title of this chapter 4. Until then, goodbye. I love you.